Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Record Stop. I'm your host, Jacob Thomas, and I'm sorry that I haven't done a lot of music lately. I've been waiting for two really specific albums, and I couldn't find either of them anywhere. So I just looked at the music I had today and I said, it's getting way too backed up. I need to do this right now. And I've written about 4 or 5 reviews of albums, which I'm going to be publishing later on my blog. So I'm now going to give you kind of a Cliff Notes version of all of those, and I'm also going to explain a little bit of something later. The first vinyl album that I really want to talk about is Physical Graffiti. After school was done, I went to a record store in Indianapolis and I found a imported version of it. It was imported from Mexico and it didn't have the movable tiles on the cover and everything. Hold on. Let me get the albums for you. It didn't have the movable tiles on it or anything. It's all like one picture. But that didn't really get me to not buy it because ultimately, I mean, I don't care about the cover. It's nice and collectible, but really what I care about is the music. And of course, Physical Graffiti is one of the best albums Led Zeppelin ever made. Funny that it was all what they considered B-sides. Just showing you the vinyl. It's this nice, like, copper green vinyl. So it goes with, like, that old building, kind of that old, worn down kind of look of the cover itself. And now for what you guys probably care about most, the music. This is all like rock music. There are only a couple songs on there that are either an oddball song like Boogie with Stu or like a really slow, soft song like Down by the Seaside. But even those songs kind of feel like they belong on this album because it seems to just be a collection of good music. It just is all like an amalgamation of just really good Led Zeppelin music and some of the best music Led Zeppelin's ever made. You've got Trampled Underfoot, Kashmir, In My Time of Dying, Sick Again, and the Wanton song are like some of those songs on there that if you talk with Led Zeppelin fans, those are kind of the ones that come up first, unless you mention like Zeppelin 4, which is, you could mention every single song on Zeppelin 4 and get a Zeppelin fan happy. The theme is, I guess, that Led Zeppelin's B-sides are better than any A-sides you'll ever make. And I'm giving this album 2 thumbs. And I know you're probably saying, hey, it doesn't come with an MP3, so you can't give it 2 thumbs because you didn't give the Radiohead one. Well, first off, I want to say I'm giving Radiohead 1 thumb up because I've listened to it again and I've realized that it was a good album. And I'm giving Zeppelin 2 thumbs up because this wasn't made in an era where MP3s were even imagined yet. The second album I want to talk about is Trouble by LaMontagne. I really don't know how to say that, but doesn't really matter, does it? This is really a chill album. Like, it's acoustic strumming, kind of whisper vocals, like think Michael McDonald, but not as like croony. It's really a unique vocal and you'd have to listen to it for yourself. Kind of light keys and light drumming. It's really just like a chill album. And that's good for 2 or 3 songs, but around the 6th, 7th, and on this album especially, like the 9th, 10th song, for me, it kind of starts grating on me. Like, I can chill for like 2 or 3 songs, but if that's all your album has and it sounds like the same thing over and over again, it's really kind of like nails on a chalkboard for me. So I give it 1 thumb up, 1 thumb down. It's just, I really don't know what to say. I like it. Like, Trouble and Shelter are 2 of my favorite songs ever. But it's not one of those things that I can just leave the needle on it. After a while, I just get so kind of frustrated with the chillness of it that I gotta pick it up and put Let Go on. Not a Surf's Let Go, where it's got chill music and then kind of rockers and then really big rockers and kind of rockers and chill music. It cycles. It doesn't stay static like this album does. The last album I want to talk about is Haste the Day's Attack of the Wolf King. They recently just did a few concerts where they got all the people from Haste the Day and brought them back on one stage, and that's a really cool gesture, and I think that good karma has transferred over to this album. There's supposed to be a story with it, but it's a screamo band, so you're not going to understand it, and if you try and look at the lyrics, you're going to hurt your eyes because the lyrics are like absolutely tiny and really scrunched together, so you're never going to see them. But musically, I mean, they've kind of combined the heaviness of hardcore music without all like the rap beats and stuff, and the melodicness of metal. It sounds kind of like Coheed and Cambria, but with a hardcore band doing it. That's the best thing I've been able to come up with lately. And the only fault I really have with the album is a song that I personally like called White as Snow, but it's an oddball. I mean, it's like really soft, really ballad like, where everything else is really heavy and screamo and metal. It doesn't fit. If you give it to a metal fan, they're going to hate it because of that song, and if you give it to people who like that kind of music, they're going to hate the rest of the album. They've kind of put themselves in a pickle there. But other than that, I mean, I have to give it one thumb up. The reason I give it one thumb is because there's supposed to be a story, but you can't understand it. That never works. But everything else about the album is fantastic. And finally, I just want to tell you guys about something. I was planning on reviewing a couple movies and a video game, but I realized that this is a music review, so I'm going to spare you that. If you guys want my opinion on some of the movies or whatever, leave a comment on this video and I'll make an addition to this video. It'll still be a record stop video, but it's just something that I was kind of wanting to do, but I realized you all are probably here for music and not to talk about movies. So with that, signing off. See ya.